In this show, we talk about growth and clarity, living the life. How you gonna live? Where you gonna live? What you gonna do? What life mean to you? Who are you? What you stand for? What you believe in? Why you do all of that? There's no purpose if you don't know why. If you don't know why, you just living or you just saying something. Like a lot of people say they believe in God, but how many really do? When you get down to it and really start asking them questions, they really don't even have answers. They don't even know why they're saying it. It's something like what I'm starting to see around town, where all these guys claiming blood, Crip, red and blue, grown men older than me, to all the way down to little dudes. I kind of understand the little dudes because the frontal lobe haven't developed yet. So they tend to gravitate to what's ever popular, the majority of them at least. And, they following these older dudes, trying to be down and all that type of stuff. You all the way on the Midwest, on the East Coast, down south in the rap game, claiming red and blue. And red and blue don't have nothing to do with you. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what it stands for, but you just own it, make you a sucker. Because at the same time, you're standing on something that you don't know what you're standing on. If you're claiming something, claim your own. Start your own. Know where it came from. Know where it is. You claiming it's red and blue here. You stop off up in Cali, somewhere over there on the West Coast. That don't work like that when you run into some real ones. You can play it all day with some suckers, but when you run into it with some real ones, ask Mob James, it don't happen like that. Ask Tupac, it don't happen like that. Ask P. Diddy, it don't happen like that. You can claim it, but when you ain't really on it, man, leave it alone. Get your own. Start your own. Believe me, your own. It's just like Republicans and Democrats. None of you are Republicans and Democrats unless you work for the government. If you don't work for the government, you're neither. You're just somebody hanging on the coattail claiming one or the other. And once again, what colors are they? Red and blue. Red and blue. Come on, man. Get your mind right. Get your mind together. And when I say man, I'm talking about everybody. Human. I'm not just talking about men. I'm talking about women too. And women, I'm ashamed of you. You out here gangbanging, claiming sex. For real? You're not street. It's impossible. Women ain't bred that way. By God's will. You don't have a choice. The streets is not for you. The streets will never be owned by you. You'll never run a turf. You'll never own one. Never. That's not nature. That's not natural. It doesn't matter what you do or how you try to transition, transpose, or whatever you might want to call it. Don't work that way. That's just not how it goes. Nothing's wrong with your position. Are you equal to man? No. Is man equal to you? No. We all got parts to play. We all got positions we've been put in. I go back all the time. I tell people about Adam and Eve. And all these people that say how evil Satan was. Or is. Another thing I don't believe, but you got to watch some of the other series in order to get to that part, because we're not going into all that today. But the thing about Adam and Eve, it was all good as long as Adam didn't eat any fruit. When Adam ate the fruit, it became a problem. Why? Because it was his turf. Eve could do what she wanted to do. It wasn't her turf. The earth was man's turf. And I speak male at this time when I say man. That's why it was no problem when Eve ate. But when Adam indulged, there it became the problem. So each day I like to start a day off with something to say. This day I chose, what was that? Mistakes plus persistence equals accomplishments. Mistakes plus persistence equals accomplishments. What does that mean? So that means we're going to make mistakes, plenty of them. But if we stay persistent and we continue to try and move forward, eventually we'll conquer whatever we're trying to do. All right, let me get logged in here so I can shut that off for y'all. That's one thing that all of you should do is get you a burglar alarm. You know, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on, so get you a burglar alarm, and you know, if somebody come to your house, have your burglar stopper in there with you. You know, a lot of people say they don't believe in that, and you know, only police officers should have guns and all this different stuff. And in reality, you know, when a burglar come, he ain't coming to wrestle you, or they coming to do something. Usually they got a gun. And when they got a gun, whether they plan on using it or not, sometimes mistakes happen, all kind of stuff, and next thing you know, you out of luck because you chose not to have a gun, and this idiot came to your house, and now you lose out for no reason. So that really don't make sense to me, to put yourself in a situation like that. It's your house. Nobody's telling you to run around with a gun, but you need to even the playing ground. You know, I got an alarm in my house, and I got burglar stoppers in my house, and they always gonna be there as long as I'm in there. All right, so getting down to it, I want to say a little something to the men. You know, I want to give y'all some things to view because you watch TV too much. And, you know, I like sports, not as much as the next man, but the reason I say that is sports got a lot of dudes within their 20s. Some of them a little younger than that. Here and there you got a few older, but most in their 20s, running around playing something. And, you know, I don't see nothing wrong with that because I enjoy competition just like the next man. But I'm not finna get all excited jumping around and prancing for a bunch of kids that's, you know, doing their thing, making their career, making a living, doing what they enjoy. I appreciate that, but I just can't be the one that's the cheerleader. You know, I ain't got that in me. I'm a man, a king, a leader. I'm at the top. So I can't jump around like I'm at the bottom. And so we watch these dudes, and we act like we know them, screaming their name. You know, only excitement I get out of a game is squares, or if I'm gaining something out of that game. If I'm not the one playing, or some of my people playing, I too much don't care unless I got some type of gain involved. But outside of that, Guy can be sweet as he want to be. I'm good. I might be like, oh, that was cool, but definitely not about to get emotional about it. I don't know where this came in the game at. Where the entertainers become the top of the pick, the pride of the fruit. That don't really make sense to me. When you revert back to the days, you know, entertainers were jesters. That was the name of them. Rappers, singers, magicians, any of that type of stuff. And so the kings and queens were the ones to get pleased by these jesters. Nowadays, these people starting to make the jesters actually be the kings and queens. And I'm not speaking for everybody. When I'm speaking in this, I'm speaking in that 80-20 situation. Because me, myself, I'll never attend a concert. I'll never be the one that's in the crowd screaming for somebody else. I'll go watch a comedy show or something like that, kick back and chill. But they need to have some good food there, nice seating, so I'm not just sitting there to act like I'm so caught up on this person that's on stage. I'm caught up on my relaxation, getting away from the work week. All of the things that I'm doing all week, all day, every day, day in and day out. Because I'm a blue collar kind of guy with a white collar career. I tend to feel like I'm one of the best because I do both things. I don't feel a man should wear cologne every day. He get up and try to wear cologne and put a hat on and try to get himself handsome for the day. But in my opinion, you're getting cute. We don't do that. It's cool to throw some cologne on when you're going out with your lady or going out where there's going to be some ladies and you chilling. You got your suit on or some other type of nice casual attire. But every day trying to get fresh. You trying to get nice to go to the grocery store. Man, get in the shower. Take a nice clean bath. Put on some moisturizer, some deodorant. Fix your hair up. And throw on some general clothes. You don't need no cologne, man. That's a little bit questionable, in my opinion. Same with the ladies. On the other side. All them nails and eyelashes and animal fat on your face with dye and stuff. No. Come on now. You're doing too much. If you want to get nice, get nice. Don't do too much though. It don't really make sense to do all that. And when you're going out to the grocery store, just be clean. Put on some nice clothes, but you don't need to be trying to put on some 10-inch heels and all this old tight revealing stuff that you should only be wearing at home in your bedroom. You going overboard. We got lost somewhere. But back to these jesters. You're screaming for them. So what does that make you? You're definitely not the king or the queen. The only thing I remember being left is soldiers and peasants. And the soldiers wasn't screaming for them. The soldiers was the one off with the head. Slam you down there in the lion's den and close the door. Those was the soldiers. So think about who you is. Which one, where do you fit? Because in my opinion, about every 1 million man may be a king or a leader. Like top leader. And about every 100,000 is a top soldier. So that don't leave a lot of space for us to be leaders and kings. So a lot of us are what? Are you a rebel? Are you a peasant? Or are you a man that's in the middle representing his people and just adhering to the order of that area where you are? You know, there's a lot of kings and leaders that respect the order of the government where they are due to the fact that's what the Bible told them to do, or they just upstanding citizen. But we don't have a lot of men no more that are leaders and kings. Some have potential, but then you got so many peasants. Those that got potential and they grow up in the peasantry tend to fade away, become peasants, or they get caught up in the system. Then they don't have a chance because they don't get out. Because there was a king, born a king, lived in a world of peasants, and he did some king stuff that peasants can't handle. And he wound up getting 20 years, 40 years, life in prison. Some even been executed. I'm doing these shows to try to build our people up, give them some knowledge and respect for themselves, make them think about what they're doing. I'm tired of seeing all the weak stuff. I'm tired of weak people, especially men, because you're messing up the women. A weak man ruins a woman. A weak woman does not ruin a man. It's their job to be weak, not men's. So I'm going to give y'all some things to add to your viewing pleasure. Maybe these things, help you out or help me out, because I want the society around me to get stronger. I'm tired of looking at weaklings. God didn't put us here to be weak or unintelligent. Man, add these things to your YouTube. Turn the TV off sometime and turn on YouTube. The TV does not have good viewing pleasure. The TV got random, stupid acts on it, trying to influence you subliminally, or keep pressing something in your mind so that you start to accept it over and over and over. Get your mind together and view what you want to view when you want to view it. Luckily, the internet allows that. Start using it for that. Don't use it to go on Facebook and be a goofball and search and look and see what everybody else saying, or check somebody because they saying something that you don't want to hear because they fronting, because they on the computer and acting like they something that they not. Let all that go, man. Get real. So that's what I want y'all to look at on YouTube. This for the men. Kevin Samuels. You might not be ready for this dude. Actually, I know most of you not ready for this dude, because you're going to get the wrong message that he giving men. Pay attention to him. One thing almost made me stop listening to him. And that's because he said he'd tell on this boy if he came and said something about what he was doing to his woman. And at first I didn't get it, but about 5 minutes passed and I got it. It ain't that he on some weak stuff. You shouldn't have put him in it. If you ain't put him in it, then it wouldn't be his problem. And he don't want your problem, so he gonna end your problem as fast as you give it to him. Like I said though, you might not be ready for him, but pay attention to him. Don't make no moves or no actions. Don't try to be like him. Give yourself some time to develop, because I'm quite sure you're not ready for him. The Style OG. He gonna help you get yourself together as a man. Help you understand how you should be dressing. Quit being little boys. Men in their 40s and 50s don't even have a pair of dress shoes. don't own one suit. Get you a tie, man. Get a tie. Not a $5 or $10 tie, not a snap-on tie. A tie that you got to tie up yourself. $40, $50. Get you a tie. You should have about 10 of them, but get at least one. A black one. Until you get your game together. Then you get you some more. I'm going to tell you the whole hookup. Get you a navy blue suit, a black belt, leather, no fancy buckle, no name on it. Don't go all off into that. A white shirt and some black shoes. Don't get cheap black shoes, please. Don't get pointy-toe black shoes, please, or flat cross square toe black shoes. Get you some Cole Haans, or get you something that just a nice black shoe until you get your game together. And then you can step your game up and move into some other stuff. But keep it there. Something around 150, 180, something like that. Your suit should be about 200. Get you some dress socks, black, brown, blue. Get your game together, man. It's easy. Don't be unprepared. Only time you buy suits when you go into a wedding. That's just stupid. Don't even make sense. Quit being too proud because your boys might have something to say. If your boys got something to say, they probably some suckers and don't know nothing. So you learn something. Anyway, so and I ain't telling you to be like nobody. I'm telling you to watch these people so you can develop yourself. Don't try to be them. Don't take everything they say to heart. Just pay attention to what they say. Because they're going to put you up on some game. There's a lot of different things going on in the world that you might be sleeping on, or that you might not have knowledge of. Bring yourself up. Like I said, it ain't hard. While you're watching something stupid, you can watch something that's going to put something in your head, help you out, help you become a family man, help you become a stronger man, help you become a leader. Because you're a family man don't mean you can't go nowhere. Because you're a man that's spiritual don't mean you can't go and do things. You don't have to go round and round, hallelujah, praise God, act like you talking in tongues, jumping around in the church. You don't have to do that. Me, I don't even go to church. I was raised in the church. I grew out of the church. The church ain't on my level no more. But the church is a level. You can't skip elementary school and go to high school. Get your game together. Check out some of Malcolm X old films. He'll get your mind right. I ain't talking about that black power junk. I'm talking about straight living. That's all I'm talking about. That black power stuff, that's old, man. If you really want to know what the world thinking about these days, they thinking about money. They was thinking about money then. That's why I ain't going to tell you to look at Martin Luther King Jr. He was getting his money. Black people was his niche. That was his spiel. That was how he got down. That's how he got popular. That's how he got busy. But if you really watch his stuff, he was a politician, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. Geno Jennings, another wild boy. He a pastor of a church. I think it's in Philadelphia. I like him because he run through that Bible. He run through it his way. You know, and like I said, you don't gotta believe everything. It's all up to you. How long you want to watch it or where you want to watch it. Just don't watch it going to sleep. How about that? This for the women's itinerary. So maybe they can turn off some of those boring TV shows, all them stupid reality shows. You want to see somebody doing something stupid, you become stupid. That's just the way life is. Anything we see over and over and over and over, we become more accustomed to it. So if you watch stupid women do stupid things all day and you're a stupid person, well, I ain't going to say if you're a stupid person, but I'm going to say you become a stupid person. Same thing for the men. If you watch that 5 times, you're an idiot. If you watch that one whole show, you're an idiot. I don't see how a man can sit there and watch people screaming and yelling and arguing all day. Men don't scream, yell, argue. Men fight. You don't see lions and hippopotamus and elephants just yelling and stuff. You don't even see elk and deer just yelling. When they face up with each other, they get busy. Ain't no lot of hollering and, running back and forth and posturing. They get busy. Blood get drawn. So get it together, man. Whatever. I'm done with that. Anyway, ladies, Geno Jennings. He tell you how to be a lady. He tell you what men are interested in. Real men. You're not really interested in everybody seeing what our woman got. That's ridiculous. I don't want you to see it. I don't want a dude to see it. For what? And it's disrespectful. I mean, if you can't walk into anywhere with your woman and feel comfortable, she's not your woman. Not mentally or any of that. Because you're embarrassed when y'all go somewhere because she got on this skin tight stuff or this big stupid looking weave or these big eyelashes or this clown stuff on her face. No man wants to. You can't represent me proudly like that. Some men say, oh yeah, my woman, oh mine, no you don't. You do mine. Because I bet you wouldn't pop up if you was becoming the president of a serious company and you knew that all your other colleagues was going to be there and your woman come walking in there with a skin tight skirt on and some high heel shoes with some long pointy nails, eyelashes flopping everywhere, and a big old weave on her head. You're going to be embarrassed. You're not going to want to introduce her. And you're going to feel stupid. And you're going to want to leave her. Keep it real with yourself. So women, check that out so you can learn a little bit about that. Soft white underbelly. I need you to take a look at that. This is a show where a gentleman, Mark Later, or something like that, I don't know if I'm saying his last name the right way, but he goes out and he gets people and let them talk about their life. One of my favorite is Johnny. He was a gang member. Actually, I guess he's a lifetime gang member, but he tells the truth about the feelings of a person that's in the street instead of trying to glorify what he is and what he done did. What he is and what he done did is just what he is and what he done did, and he talks about it, and he's not ashamed of it. And, I respect him for some of the stuff that he's been through, but at the end of the day, the reason that I like his soft white underbelly interview so much is because he's not just talking. He got a goal. He is one that would have been a king. You know, and another one I like on there is what is his name? Can't remember his name. When it comes to me, I come back to it. But I like him too. Uh, then you check out Malcolm X too. You know, Malcolm X represents the woman in a very strong manner. So you need to pay attention to, you know, what he represented, what he's saying about the women. And back to Soft White Underbelly, one of the other people that I like to watch is a pimp called Sharpie, or Sharp. Yeah, Sharp, not Sharpie like the pen. And the reason that I like to watch him, he's a giving person, and you know, he believes in helping people that he don't know. And he's another one that probably would have been a king. He just got caught up. Yeah, he got caught up in his environment. And that's how he became a pimp. Otherwise, this guy might have been the owner or CEO of something like Walmart. You know, but that's not the life that was brought to him. You know, so I don't fault people for being who they are or what they become because our government says it's inappropriate. But I recognize, you know, the paths that people had and what they did with those paths. I'm not an angel. Don't want to be in this body as an angel. That's not the way it works. I believe we were put in these bodies to become who we're going to become when we transition to the spiritual world. That's why all our tests and trials come from, to see what do we become? Where do we go from here? You know, we can't act like we all of this and that when we just developing. We babies. Those 90-year-olds, they babies. They just finishing what they did in this body. Now they gotta go and show up on the other side. Rewind the tape and watch it and explain it and deal with it and see where their position comes. I know what my position is. I'm a leader. I'm a king. When I transition, that's what I'll be. I'll answer to my things as I answer to them. Proudly. You know, I've done a lot. But those are the things that made me who I am today. No shame in them. Like I said, mistakes plus persistence. You know, that's me. Miles Monroe, another one. He'll teach you the difference between men and women. How to be in a position to have a family, to be a family. The infographic show. That show will show you how things go in the world, and then you put it together and see what you should do. It'll show you what happens to your body when you do this and when you do that. You know, they make it kind of comical, you know, for the viewer's interest. But overall, it's knowledge that you can pick up on. You know, so my thing is, learn your position. You know, are you a jester? Are you a follower? Are you a peasant? Or are you a normal man or woman? Are you a king? Are you a leader? You know, you got to ask yourself these things, because these things are what ultimately makes or breaks relationships. That's why people can't be together. They so caught up on what they've been taught. They've been taught what a relationship should be, what a relationship's supposed to be. By people that had their own motive. You got to learn what a man and a woman is, what a man and a woman do, what they are supposed to do. You know, yeah, I got on a suit and a tie, a little bit of cologne today. But guess what? I'll get oily and dirty. I'll get grass on me. I'll go fishing. I'll cut wood. I'm going to do all of that. I'm not a simp. I'm the ism. You know, it's a big difference between those two things. I never pay somebody to do my snow. You know, I don't care how long your yard is or how big your yard is. If that's the case, that you got it like that and you got a big yard, go get a truck with a plow on it. Now all you need that truck for is to plow your snow. Don't even put no license plates on it. Just plow your snow with it and then park it back over in this spot. I'm not going to pay somebody else. I'm not going to pay another man to do that for me. If you're over the age of 15, you can't do nothing for me. I'll pay those because I'm trying to help them develop and see what happens when you work. But if you're old enough to drive and go out and get it, you're not getting any money from me to do no work for me. The only thing that I'll pay for is something like a furnace or an engine to be put in my car if I can't put it in there. But most likely, I'm going to pull it out and put it in there. Just hasn't had that happen to me yet. But most likely, I'm going to pull it out. And then if I can't put it back in there and get it back running, it's going to the scrapyard. And I'll go buy me another car. I'm not paying nobody to do stuff like that. I'm already paying for groceries and don't want to do that. I grow my fruits and vegetables during the summer. I live in the Midwest, so can't grow them in the winter. They don't store good in the freezer. I fish in the summer. You know, there's rules to the land where I live, so I can't have my own livestock. So I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta buy clothes because I can't make them. I don't have that skill. You know, and you're not allowed to just make the kind of clothes that you might choose to make or the best that you can make. So you go pay for clothes and shoes. You know, you buy a table. You're not a carpenter. But I think you know what I mean. If you get in your car, you should be able to drive it and fix it. If you walk in your house, you should be able to fix most of the stuff in your house. If you want to remodel your house, you should have enough sense to be able to remodel your house, especially with YouTube now. Am I talking to women? No. But women, you need to be helping. If you believe in God or the Bible, helpmate. You should be helping. So when that floor get pulled up, you should be able to cut it with the razor. All you do is bend over and slide down with the razor. You can even help roll it up, or you can hold the tape. And when he roll it up and pick it up, you roll the tape around it. When he out cutting the grass, take yourself out there and sweep it up. The stuff that got on the sidewalk. Water it. Straighten up the bricks, straighten up the foliage and the other stuff out there. Other than that, why are you together if you ain't working together? You know, it's a two-way thing. It's more pleasant. You only have to talk. But when I look up and see you out there helping, that's just a pleasure. A man out there working on the car, go to the store and get some lemons. Roll them. Get them nice and soft. Squeeze it in the pitcher. Seeds and all. Put some sugar in it and some water. Stir it up. Put a couple of potato chips on the plate and a couple cookies. Take it out there and sit it on the table. And sit down while he working on the car. So that he can look over and be pleased and grab a couple of them. It's probably your car anyway. You are going to benefit from it even if it's his car. He'll be happy to take you for a ride after you fix it. Because in reality, you helped fix it when you took that out. Because he might have been reaching down into a small spot where he dropped the screw, and it's hard to get that screw out of there, and then cut his hand, or he scratched his arm. But just to look over there and see his lemonade and cookies and chips, none of that even mattered to him. It made it much more pleasant. It's easy to do stuff as a team, but if you ain't a team, you ain't a couple. It's not hard to understand that. Pay attention, learn it. If you're single, you don't need to be. You should be some of the happiest people. You have no compromise. You don't have to have your mouth poked out. So, be nice, men and women. You say you want somebody, or you waiting on God to send you somebody. God doesn't send people anywhere. People cross paths because that's what happens. And it's up to you to where your mind state is on what's going to happen when you cross paths. You don't have to hide no sweet lines. Hey, baby, this, and this. You don't have to act stuck up with him because you want him to think that you are some fresh, nice woman. Be yourself. Both of y'all. That's usually what works. Then you don't have to fix anything later or try to straighten out who you are or what you're about. So I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. I gave y'all enough information for my intro show. Once again, I want to, thank my sponsors, especially Big Key, C4. And I want to thank all my supporters, all the people that been gained something from me, all the people that motivate me, push me. These are the normal people. Are they kings and queens? Not here, but eventually. Are they peasants? Definitely not. We're in the middle. Men and women. Let's keep it moving. Hopefully, I can do something to persuade some of these people to be people instead of followers.